Hey, good evening, my friends. I want to welcome everybody that's watching this live broadcast on my Facebook account, on LinkedIn, and on my YouTube channel. Additionally, I want to welcome all of you that are participating in this live Zoom, my students, and I see we also have a number of guests. Now, I want to share with all of you something new. Changes everything. And it'll start the summer with explosive growth. And you can do this to experience. Oh, okay. I'm going to share with you some things that you all can do that will produce immediate results for all of you. So I want to acknowledge some of the people that are here. Dennis, Kurt, April. Now, I get excited. I really get excited. I mean, Dan, it's nice to see you. I'm really looking forward to starting to work with you. And Caroline, we need to set up a time to talk tomorrow, if you can. Now, LinkedIn has added new features. Facebook's, they're adding new features. LinkedIn, adding new features. But LinkedIn is where you want to be. And some of the new things that they've added are going to make it easier for you to find your best prospects and to engage them in conversation. Now, you can transform your profiles into marketing magnets with just 5 profile tweaks. Now, in our scripts book, we're going to give you 12, but do 5 things to your profile. And that's going to make you more visible. And with more visibility, you can talk to more people and you can make more sales. So this past weekend in the United States, we had the Memorial Day weekend. It's a big holiday. And my old scripts book, and I say my old scripts book, because I'm excited to announce that in our current boot camp, we're going to finally be releasing our new scripts book. But the holiday scripts, whether we're talking about a big holiday like Easter, holidays create more likes, comments, and shares, more conversations with prospects, creates opportunities to talk about your business, creates better rapport with your prospects, an increased awareness of who you are, the perception that you're an expert to your niche audience, and appreciation of your influencer status. Now, let me pop over here. Now, we're just finishing up the month of May. But look what happens in June. You got all kinds of holidays, official holidays, unofficial holidays. This gives you a chance to start conversations with people. And so we're going to be talking about June, July, and August. So we just had Memorial Day. And so there are all kinds of moving images that you can post. But Memorial Day is behind us. But you still have the rest of the week to go back to the people that you're already connected to. Start a conversation. How did you celebrate the past 3-day holiday weekend? I hope you enjoyed the past 3-day holiday weekend. What did you do? What did you do to celebrate the past 3 days? So you still have realistically the rest of the week and the beginning of next week. Well, actually, the rest of this week. If you wanted to re-engage, start a conversation with somebody, you could ask them, what did they do? Fly Rush posted, have a happy and safe Memorial Day. And he sent me this last week after making a simple post like you taught me. I had 55 responses to start with, enrolled 5 people in one day. 2 of them are going to build a business. The number of responses have now grown to over 105. If I knew what you taught me when I first started in my business 2 years ago, I'd be a corporate director. Now, I'm not showing you these to impress you. I'm showing you these to impress upon you what you can be doing. He enrolled 5 people in one day. 5 people that reacted and responded to something that he posted. Now, for years, Facebook and LinkedIn have helped everyone break through and overcome the greatest obstacles facing every network marketer: not having qualified prospects to talk to. Those days are over. June 1st signals the start of the summer. Now, there are prospecting and recruiting script strategies and tactics that work better during the summer than at any other time of the year. Every season, there are strategies and scripts that you're going to be able to use. Your business does not slow down, ever, unless you do. When used correctly, they'll enable you to quadruple the size of your existing network and experience significant rank advancement. Many of the recent changes made by LinkedIn and Facebook have made my strategies and tactics even more effective than ever before. People are reacting and they are responding faster than I've ever seen. Some of the recent changes have made portions of my training material obsolete because those features don't exist anymore. They're always changing. And that's why every boot camp is different. It's easy to identify perfect prospects on LinkedIn from the information listed on their profile, their daily visible activity, and their answers to some simple questions will confirm that they are indeed great prospects for your business. So, for those of you that are watching this for the first time, why don't you listen to me? In the 90s, I broke the code to a social network called America Online. I used their texting feature to develop a simple formula with scripts that helped me add thousands of like-minded people to a network marketing business in 18 months. Over the years, I've trained or shared my formula and scripts with hundreds of thousands of affiliate and network marketers around the world, who in turn have trained and influenced the millions of people that they work with. My formula and scripts have been responsible for creating 2 generations of online 6, 7, and 8-figure earners, and it's helped transform the entire network marketing industry from a belly-to-belly, face-to-face business to a virtual one. For years, my scripts have served as a form of artificial intelligence to top earners and people struggling with what to say to their prospects. They provide everyone with proven scripts that help them close more sales, and I'm excited to announce that in June, we're finally going to be introducing our new private message scripts. That's going to include my own version of ChatGPT. We plan to do this at the beginning of the year, but couldn't do it. Ron Federico today is an executive director in Melaleuca. He uses strategy and scripts, not only for his business, but it works for everybody on his team. If you aspire to be a top earner in your business, you're not going to be doing this by yourself. Steve Green sent me this, FYI, free sales today. All directly traced the contacts I made using the techniques you taught me, and he's just getting started. Person he brought in 4 of her friends and 8 more to come in. Solomon Crow, your scripted messages are amazing. I can get a person talking and interested in my website in as little as 7 minutes now. That's really all it takes. But it's not about blasting out a link to your website. You only want to send your information to people that you know need it and want it. Give yourself this little test. If it was going to cost you $500 every time you gave somebody a link to your website, you'd be a little bit selective about who you send it to. 7 minutes. I signed up 2 people last night, a complete stranger, to having them added as a friend, now an associate within 24 hours. People started calling this a Max method years ago, and they now call me the father of social networking. Now, I've made millions teaching network marketers just like you how to turn their social network personal profiles on every significant social network into a broadcasting platform that impacts millions of people and makes them millions of dollars. Worked with Dana Barish 10 years ago. Today, she's the top recruiter in her company. She sent me this snapshot. She got an award, $105,000. That's what she's making every day. And we're talking about repetitive residual income. My track record of developing social media 6, 7, and 8-figure earners over the years in network marketing has become legendary in many circles. The people that I work with in different companies keep me a secret. They don't want everybody in their company to know what I teach. My mission in life is to help everyone with a strong desire to succeed in network marketing become more successful using social networks. Ann Barante doubled her Isagenix business in 1 year. Everybody's got a story. And my 4-step formula and scripts have been behind the success of top earning network marketers for over 25 years. 4 steps. Create a page. For those of you that are already out there, you're going to be amazed at how many people can't see you. You're invisible. At the beginning of the week, I started working with a very, very successful network marketer in Legal Shield. She's the top regional vice president in the company. And in our first session, we opened up her settings on LinkedIn. Lo and behold, nobody, absolutely nobody could see her because all of her settings were set to private. So we create a page, or if necessary, we can just modify and adjust our existing page. Then we want to connect with people. Now, for those of you that already have connections, you can reconnect with some of these people, while at the same time, you can go out and you can be talking to new people. Then it's all about conversation. At the end of the day, if you want to really be successful, you can talk to 20 people a day in about an hour, hour and a half. 20 people a day, Monday through Friday, is 100 people. Follow my scripts, and you can be enrolling 2 to 3 people every week. Some people do more. When we communicate with people, you're going to use Max GPT to qualify your prospects. When you're talking to somebody that you believe is a prospect, in the back of their mind, they're thinking 3 things. Does this really work? Because I hear so much garbage. There's so many scams out there. Does it work? Second, they're thinking, can I do this? And the third thing they're thinking is, are you going to help them? Now, the more details you provide about yourself on your profile, the better you build yourself up, the more credibility you have. Ease the minds of the people that you're talking to. And finally, close. Excuse me. Close. Effective engagement is going to be the key to your success. Now, LinkedIn is going to become your favorite social network. It's no longer a secret, and every month, 10 million professionals are joining. Well, thanks for that, April. LinkedIn has changed, and here's what you need to know. Some of these new features are going to knock your socks off. What I discovered on LinkedIn 3 weeks ago will enable you to take your business to a much higher level faster. LinkedIn has added many new features, made significant changes. We're going to go over a couple of them tonight. At the same time, I'm proud of the results people have had using my 4-step formula, prospecting strategies, and recruiting scripts over the past 28 years. When I started working with Will Zanders in November of 2022, he was number 6, number 5 in his company. 6 months later, he was number 2. Last month, he hit number 1. Namdu started working with me back in 2012. In 9 years, he'd been involved in a number of companies. He never had any success. When we started working together, in 3 years, he built an empire that spanned the globe with 15,000 team members. And he reached out to me last month. We reconnected. Now he's got over 60,000 members in his Organo Gold team. And I got to tell you something. I thought Organo Gold was out of business. What did I know? And he sent me this. The way he grew so quickly was he took over 40 people on his team and he ran them through my boot camp. He had people come in to an office, put it up on a big screen. You don't become successful in your business by yourself. You got to build a team. We're going to help you do that. John Steller built an organization of 40,000 people around the world. Every time his company expanded to a new country, he was signing up the people. Said, Max, your training is world class. Because of what you taught me, I just sponsored my first business partner in South Africa, where my company is opening later this month. Helped them sponsor 3 more. And now I have a fast-growing team of quality people, handpicked by me from LinkedIn, all because of what you taught me. The lesson here is the more selective you are, the more successful you're going to be. Now, the fastest-growing top earners in network marketing today will tell you that they owe their success to LinkedIn and Facebook, and they got fast-growing teams of people enrolling their best new customers and distributors in less than an hour a day using my 4-step formula and scripts. And the new recruits are duplicating the process within a few days of joining their business, but no one is going to tell you how they're doing it unless you're on their team. So I'm going to tell you. Unfortunately, 70% of the people in network marketing today are orphans. The person that brought them into the business is no longer in the business. 70%. They're not on a team, have no one to help them build the business because the person that told them about it is no longer in the business. Think about how many of you are orphans. So I'm going to tell you how everyone is doing it and how you can do it too. Half of the people that I work with in my coaching program are orphans. Building a network marketing business by yourself is hard. You really need to have a partner. Bring somebody into the business that wants it as bad as you do, and together, working together with one person, you could build an organization. LinkedIn and Facebook are the best social networks to build your business on because they provide you with the easiest direct access to the most people. Oops, they didn't update this. LinkedIn now has 1,060,000,000 professionals. They're growing by leaps and bounds. It's 100 times better than Facebook. The fastest growing top earners will tell you that they owe their success to my formula and scripts, and they teach them to everyone that comes into their business, and as a result, they've got the fastest growing teams. Everybody's excited because the simplicity and ease of teaching this to everyone that comes into their business ensures immediate duplication. It drives excitement, motivation, and rapid rank advancement deeper into their organization. Everyone follows the formula and scripts because they enable them to enroll new distributors and customers in less than an hour or 2 a day in 4 simple steps. Create a page, connect with people, communicate with them at will, close a sale in less than an hour a day, and then teach it to everybody that comes into your business because it's not hard. And you're on your way. 4 steps are simple to follow, they're easy to teach, and they can be immediately duplicated by everyone that you bring into your business. When you follow these 4 steps to the letter, they'll produce great results for you and everyone on your team. And it doesn't matter what you're selling. At this very moment, you can connect with people that you already know, who are perfect prospects for your business, or connect with complete strangers that you want to know, who are looking for a way to make full-time or part-time income from home. And Barante went crazy with this. Last week, I lost count of all the people who joined my team. I have more people to talk to than I can deal with. What a problem to have. Now, once you master the formula and scripts, you can immediately help your new recruits use them to bring people into your business, and your business grows too. It's very important. When you bring somebody into your business, you want to help them make money right away. The faster you can help somebody generate some income, the longer they're going to stay in business with you. They will eagerly duplicate your actions to become leaders and top earners, and they will eagerly search for people to join your business and teach them how to duplicate what you've taught them. Remember, it's not what works in network marketing, it's what duplicates. Bring somebody into your business on Monday. By Wednesday, they're talking to their friends. By Friday, bringing people into the business and they're talking to their friends. Again, LinkedIn is no longer a secret because millions of people are rushing to join LinkedIn because of the easy direct access to other members. The marketing activity of many of them forced LinkedIn to make significant changes to the way you connect and communicate with others. Again, I'm proud of the results that people are having. Whoops, I got a little duplication here. So after our first coaching session, Will sent me this. I implemented the strategies from our coaching call. Within 72 hours, I was the #1 recruiter globally for the week. 2 weeks later, he sends me this. It's exactly like you said it would be last week. I made 2 posts that generated dozens of easy conversations by following your scripts word for word, and I generated a dozen sales. Some of the things that I'm going to show you how to do will create curiosity, especially on Facebook, with your friends, with your family members. My activity made my entire organization curious about what I'm doing, has resurrected a few of my dormant distributors that want to get back into business. I also have made 3 appointments with people that want to get into my business. Where have you been all my life? I hear that all the time. And he actually called in with another success story. Whoops.
I do have a great quick testimony. Just sponsored a new individual. I've actually got a member of my team on here who's one of our newest 6-figure earners, Melissa Brower. So I wanted to give her a shout out. She just hit 100K in this company. She's already done it before, but this is the most fun we've had. And a young lady I just sponsored who has 0 network marketing experience, I taught her just a few of the techniques that you taught me. And she's already like #7 in recruiting in our company right now. I just saw her name on the leaderboard tonight. So I was like, wow, I got to tell Max. So it's really cool. I just wanted to tell you, man, everything you're teaching, it works in real life. And we all appreciate you so much.
Brand new to the business, no experience in network marketing. Learns a few simple things. #7. It all starts. Everything starts with everybody's perception of who you are, which comes from what you put out there about yourself. So I'm going to pop over here on LinkedIn for a second. Again, LinkedIn is adding all kinds of new features. And some of these features appear interesting, but they're not going to do you any good. And it's very important that every day you're engaging in income-producing activities. Income-producing activities are you're talking to people and you're closing sales. Closing sales is the income-producing activity. Talking to people, listen, you can talk to people all day long, but unless you're closing sales, you're just talking to people. So LinkedIn is expanding like crazy. Now they're offering professional certificates to give you extra credibility. Go over to your network. And now they've added games. Games. Stay away from these. They're a waste of your time. They're a waste of your time when you know all you have to do. First, go over to the people that you're connected to. And they're telling you we've removed inactive accounts. I mean, they've got millions of people that haven't used their accounts in years. So if you filter that down, 10,000. Now, these 10,000 people that I'm connected to are all connected to people. You're all connected to people. So if we wanted to see how many people these people are connected to, you go to your second. 1,840,000 people. Now, these 1,840,000 people are connected to people. 1,040,000,000 people. Let's come up here. So April, let me ask you a question. Are you on LinkedIn? Let me unmute your account really quick.
Yes, I was the first one when you did the search.
Okay.
It was your second. I showed first originally, but it's the white woman with the silver hair.
Okay. Okay, now.
It says connect. I wasn't sure, but I thought that's what my setting was, but that confirms it.
Yep, which is the setting that you want.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at you. And by the way, I can see that you have 5,000 followers, which means you've got close to 5,000 connections.
Yeah.
Which is a great number.
Thank you.
Okay, so
oh no, it does say follow. Crap.
That's what I was. Yeah, it does.
It said connect to the. I don't know what that is. I'll have to find out later.
No, what that means is, see, your settings are off.
That's, I mean, I thought my settings were fine, but I set a lot of these things up years ago, so I have to figure out what the current thing is.
Yeah. See, now when I look, and I was a little curious about that, because if I can see your followers, that typically means you have a follow. So you need to go back into your settings, and when you run into someone that has a follow button, the way you're going to connect with them, this is the back door. You click on more, come down here and connect. What you want to do is adjust your settings so that the connect button is there. All right, so I sent out a connection request to you. So let's see.
I just removed my company earlier, I don't know, today or yesterday, so none of that's there, but I haven't decided yet how I want to put it.
Online dating, huh? You know, I have a dating book that I wrote.
Fun.
I met my wife on Match.com, and we've been together for 20 years.
Congratulations.
But okay, so yeah, I compared prospecting and recruiting on social networks to baseball. And first base was the electronic connection. You see someone you like, you send them a connection request. If they accept you, you're on first base. Second base was when you talk to them on the telephone, and third base was when you meet. And everybody was in a hurry to meet. And as a result, they kind of skipped. Second base was very important.
Yeah.
When you're talking to somebody on the phone, you use that time to qualify people. See, the biggest mistake, you hear all these horror stories about internet dating, is because people have a tendency, they'll lie. They use old pictures.
Yeah.
They lie about their age. They lie about their physical, their weight, their height. And of course, everybody's in a hurry to get to third base. So I came up with a phenomenal strategy that works. I never had a bad meeting. And the way I did it was this. You're talking to somebody, and you're talking on the phone. Now today it's different, because man, you could do a Zoom and you're looking at each other. Okay, so that part's different.
Yeah, but as a lady, I at least want you to buy me a cup of coffee before you get to do a full quote unquote virtual date. That was my criteria.
Okay. Well, listen.
Wasn't to be expensive, but it just like it was a demonstration that you're a gentleman.
Right. And what I used to do is, I mean, coffee, okay, if that's what you want to do, but I'd go for lunch or I'd even go for dinner because I'm writing a book. I can write all my expenses off. Right. But here's the thing. I used to, when you're on second base and you can, and this, folks, this is all about qualifying your prospects, whether you're trying to get them into a business. So when you talk to them on the telephone, I used to, find out a little bit about them. How long have you been doing this? And try to get a little bit of information about their experiences. And you ask a question like that, people are going to come back and ask you the same question. So, and we talk about, people lie, misrepresent. So when I first talk to someone, I always assure them that my picture's current, that there's nothing on my profile that is inaccurate. And so if there's anything that you want to tell me that you've misrepresented, maybe the picture's old, women, I guess women and men both used to shave 10% off their age. Okay, so someone tells you they're 50, they're really 55. And if somebody, but that's okay, because the bottom line is, and this was the part about it that I loved, because I had no idea who would really make me happy, what I was looking for. And so over those 10 years, boy, I really learned. But I used to tell them, I've only had 2 bad experiences, and they were 2-minute meetings. I went to a restaurant, walked up, and one person had the picture was like 25 years old.
Wow.
And I just said to him, I said, I can't believe that you lied to me. You have completely disrespected, because a lot of people will meet and okay, so I'll buy a coffee, we'll sit down for a meal. No, they lied to you. They wasted your time. And I said, listen, 2 minutes, I was out. Well, you tell somebody that, if they're lying to you, they're not going to admit it, but you'll never meet. There'll always be a reason why they can never hook up. And so, again, when you meet them on third base, if you decided that you wanted to see them again, then you hit a home run. Okay, and now whether you win the game is another story, because it takes time to go through the process. And so I was doing that while I was also teaching and training people about network marketing. And I come to discover, there were a lot of top networkers in companies that were also on dating sites. I mean, why not? It's basically the same thing. And the dating sites have unbelievable success parameters. I mean, searching parameters. Because there you could search for people by gender, by age, by physical descriptions. I mean, literally, you could put in, whatever you want. I never knew. Classic example. I was married for 15 years. I never knew my wife's dress size. All right. But I used to buy her, she had a favorite boutique. I'd call them up and say, hey, listen, I want to get something nice for BJ. I want to surprise her. And they'd wrap it up, and I'd pick it up and I'd give it to her. I had no idea what her size was. Well, I learned real quickly, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, we all have things that we like. And what I used to tell people was, you make 2 lists. One list that you put down the 10 things that you'd really like in a relationship. Okay? The 10 most important things. And then you have another list, which is what I used to call the deal breaker list. So if there were things like maybe, smoking, young children, cats, whatever it is, you put that on your deal killer list. And no matter how much you are attracted to a person, if they had any of those characteristics on your deal killer list, pass. And it's not like they're the only people on the social network.
Mhm.
And I got to tell you, the whole process was fun. And but it's the same for Facebook. It's the same thing, for LinkedIn. So what are you on here? I can see clearly, you're promoting your coaching business, and I would imagine that.
I'm using it mostly for my company and promoting Toastmasters to connect through Toastmasters here. I removed my company because it's something I've heard I heard you say it more specifically, and I'd heard it from others as well, that not to have it specifically on my profile, and it really was way too obvious at LinkedIn because of the resume style, so I removed it, but I would put something back in, but I haven't put something back in yet. I've just
Okay,
taken it out. I'm still considering how to put that.
gotcha. What company are you working with?
doTERRA.
Oh, okay. So you're never gonna put that on your profile,
Yep.
okay? But what you're gonna be able to do, see, what you have on your profile gives you leverage and credibility with your ideal target market. So, for example, the fact that you're connected with Toastmasters, you pop up here, and you could connect with other people in Toastmasters.
Hmm.
And just like if you went to a college, connect with other people that went to your school. For those,
Yes.
for those of you that are in the military, to go on and make sure that you put down a home run dentist is when you meet, when you agree to see each other again. That has additional connotations to that, and but
Well, it's
people,
like in sales. The goal of the first date is to get to the second date.
right? Well, yeah, and it takes a little time
Hmm.
to discover if, I mean, whether you want to see them again, and usually it takes 2 or 3 days, sometimes not, but you keep going as long as you're having fun. And if you're not, I mean, literally, I had 2 dates a week. I'd have a date on Wednesday, I'd have a date on Friday or Saturday. I mean, literally, I could go online on a Monday and I have a date by Wednesday. That's how fast, the process was. But I was never, after I learned that strategy, I was never disappointed. And I talked to very, very professional people. So, this is how long have you been in doTERRA?
4.5 years.
Okay. So, but you're not going to put that on your profile
Hmm.
because you're not the only person in your company that's trying to
Hmm.
build their business on here, and they're stepping all over people. So you definitely don't want to do that. And Caroline wants to know, did you have a scripts book for dating? Yes, I did. And it was all about the telephone, and it's all about qualifying people, because you can learn so much. And this is something that's true in the business professional world. People will tell you things via text messages. They will tell you things on the phone that they would never tell you if you met them at a Toastmaster meeting or a Chamber of Commerce meeting. People open up, and people It's just a wonderful, wonderful medium. I mean, where could you meet great people? So once you know who you're looking for, then we can go on our search. So there's two ways to do it. First, come back over here. So I'm connected. Well, that's Toastmasters. So let me go back to my network. I got 11,000 people here. Now, and they're giving me credit for 10 for this filter. Now, I could go up here and I could see, all right, of all the people that I'm connected with, who out of the people I'm connected with would be interested in what I'm doing by profession. So if I was looking to talk to teachers, I could type in teacher. I got 820 teachers. And the beautiful thing is you can come down here, you can see the ones that are online with the little green circle. It means they're on a mobile. You come down far enough, you're going to see some of them have that green open to work frame.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing you could do, and so if we go over here to the second grade teacher, internet entrepreneur. So sounds like a student. So we've never talked. Now this is a new element that LinkedIn is adding, and they're adding their own artificial intelligence. Now, before you even make that effort, what you're going to do is look at her profile. Bring the profile up. See, LinkedIn's making it easy. You come down here. Now, if I go over here to contact information, well, we got connected in January. They're going to be people that you're connected to, 10 years, 12 years. But we come down here, if we got connected in January, you can see she posted 2 months ago. So she's active. That's the most important thing. Now, when it actually comes to messaging, LinkedIn is using their own artificial intelligence. They should have hired me. Help me write. So do you want to introduce yourself? And so click on that. Hope your week is going well. I came across your profile, noticed that we were both connected with Edward Swing. Now we're all connected to people that we have no idea who we know. We don't have no idea who, we don't know them, but we're connected. And she says, I'm impressed by the work that you've done in our community. So that's a strategy that they're using for their artificial intelligence. Thank you for considering sharing your insights or advice. Now, so there's 3 flawed things in here. Number 1, they may not know Edward. Number 2, impressed by your work at the schools. How do we know anything about their work? It's so totally disingenuous that people aren't going to take you serious. So we created, and we're coming out with it. Let me discharge this. And really excited about this. Let me bring it up over here. Now, last November and December, I introduced ChatGPT in my November and December boot camps. I was really excited about it. I've been following it for a year. But there's certain things that they do. See, my scripts, and I'm going to pat myself on the back, they're brilliant. And frankly, when I say my scripts, these are scripts that I developed over the years working with people like you. I was in their account chatting with their prospects. Okay? And that's how we develop the scripts. They're proven, they work. And there is a science behind them. The last thing a person should see when you send somebody a message is a question.
Mm-hmm.
If the last thing they see is a question, then you own the conversation. People are more inclined, they don't know you initially. So if the last thing they see is a question, at least you're giving them a direction for the conversation to go. You own the conversation. But what Chat GPT was doing, they would ask the question, but then they throw in 2 or 3 more lines of information, and that has a tendency sometimes to bury the question.
Mm-hmm.
And I had spent maybe 4 months working on this scripts book, so I couldn't release it. And starting in January, we started pulling it out, and now finally, it's going to be released. As a matter of fact, what I did was, for those of you that have my Endless Free Leads digital course, we've updated that. We have a new version of that. We have a new cracking the code book. We have an updated profile guide, and we have a scripts book. So everything is new. But what people are going to be able to do is you come over here, and what did I say? A retail sales manager that just lost their job wants to find remote work from home, but hates network marketing. And it's literally, we're doing, for those, now, I've got, so this is basically part of the script that you're going to use. But let me come back over here, and I'm going to skip through a lot of this. Rhonda Collier became she's one of $60 million earners that I helped get to the top. Now, here you go. So why do so many people have a negative attitude about network marketing? And it's very important when you're talking to anybody, before you talk to them about your business, before you share a link to your website, you must know what is their experience with network marketing. Some people go a little crazy. Oh, I hate asking that question, but it's critically important. So here's why. When most people join a network marketing company today, and this goes back for years, they're taught an old school method of getting started that doesn't work very well for most people. Didn't work for back then, it doesn't work now. And that is, first you're told to make a list of 100 people that you know, your warm market. Then they're provided with a script. To keep your options open to making money, would you be open to a side project if it didn't interfere with what you're currently doing? No biggie. If not, I'm just throwing it out there. And now you're supposed to call everyone on your list and use the script to tell them about your new business. The results for most people are often very discouraging. Now, I wouldn't do it when I got into network marketing because I didn't want to go to my warm market for a lot of different reasons. I had no credibility with my warm market. Didn't matter that in my previous life, I had an incredibly successful business. Everybody in Fort Lauderdale knew me, but shut the business down. got a divorce. I'm basically starting my life over. My divorce attorney introduced me to network marketing. Frankly, I got out of town because every time I'd run into somebody, everybody knew me. Hey, Max, how are you? How's Beverly? Well, that was a conversation I didn't want to have. And they really were sorry they asked when I told them, you know, we're not together anymore. So I moved up to Palm Beach. I didn't want to call my warm markets. I dived right into the cold market. But this is what happens with a lot of people. And they're constantly encouraged, keep calling with motivational mantras like, you have to get out of your comfort zone if you want to be successful. So keep calling, don't stop. You want to be successful, get out of your comfort zone. And the truth is, you know, for some of you, reaching out and talking to a stranger on a social network might be outside your comfort zone. But once you've done it a couple of times, remember, we're picking people that we know so much about them. We know how many things we have in common. So they're also, you know, sales is a numbers game. To be successful in network marketing and in sales, you have to go through 100 no's to get a yes. Every no is one step closer to getting a yes. So keep calling, go for no. The problem with going for no is that you're going for no. And you'll get it almost every single time because you're giving the person you're talking to the reason to tell you no. I did, there are 100 people on LinkedIn that coach going for no. And the truth is, these people have no clue as to how social networks work. Because you know so much about the other person. The old school method going for no actually attracts no's, rejection, frustration. So people's perception over the years, they were introduced to network marketing and they were told the way you do it is we got to sell to our friends. We got to sell to our families. That's their perception. And the truth is, you don't have to do that anymore. It can make your new recruits question their decision to getting into business with you and quite often stops them from going into the business. Now, one of the greatest objections to network marketing that you'll encounter today is the public's perception that to be successful, you have to chase your family, friends, and acquaintances with your go-to-no presentation. And the truth is, no. Thanks to social networks like LinkedIn and Facebook, there's an easier and a faster way to get started in your business that's much more effective and eliminates the rejection that comes with the go for no strategy. And today it works even better than it did in the early AOL days. So you bring somebody into your business. Before they do anything else, adjust their settings, make sure that they're visible, and then have them change their Facebook profile. Just change your picture and watch what happens. The people that you're connected to, the people that are in your warm market, see that picture change. And they like it. They make a comment. Same people that you would have called. If you called them to tell them about the business, they would have laughed at you. But now you put up a picture, they like it. So now you write back and you say, Betty, I'm so glad you like my picture. You know, we haven't talked in a few years. Wonderful that we can catch up. What are you doing these days? And Betty's going to tell you. And then we have scripts that you're going to follow. And if you ask someone, what do you do? 80% of them are going to come back and ask you what you do. So when Betty comes back and says, you know, my husband lost his job. I'm scrambling to find part-time work. I'd really like to have something remote, but it's really, really tough. Well, what do you do? Man, Betty, I'm sorry to hear that. Me, you know, I've been a lawyer for the last 10 years, but I also have a fast-growing internet business that's going to allow me to retire next year. They come back and they want to know about the business. So the dynamics of the conversation is totally different. So now Betty joins your business. Now what you do is you have Betty change her parameters open up her settings so more people can see what she's about to do. She changes her picture, and a lot of the people that she's connected to are going to react. And now you're going to teach Betty to do the same thing. And Betty's going to say, well, what do I do? And all you have to, Betty, just scroll up and look at what I said to you. You'll teach them how to do this, and now you help her bring 2 people into her business. No websites, no capture pages, no funnels, no advertising. Then you help Betty help her friends change their pictures. Okay, change their settings, and then boom, just that one strategy alone will have you talking to people, will have you add 10, 15, depends on how many people you're connected to and the relationship you have with these people. But the sooner you can get somebody into your business, excited about what you're doing, and in 3 of our scripts where we describe network marketing, there are 3 things that you need to be successful in network marketing. And so when you're talking to somebody, and we want to acknowledge that, look, you no longer have to do this. So you need to find out why someone hates network marketing. Let them tell you. You come back and say, I hear that all the time. In fact, you could even use the feel, felt, found strategy. I mean, I know how you feel because I felt the same way. For years, I tried different companies and never had any luck. And then somebody told me about a company that had products that I'd be interested in, that I would not have to go and sell to my friends because they had a different system. So I am so glad I took one last look, because it's not like that anymore. To be successful in network marketing, you need 3 things. Number 1, you need to be passionate about the products that the company markets and sells, and the company. Passionate to the point that you would tell people about it even if you weren't getting paid. Second, you need to be working with someone in the company that's successful and that knows how to build the business and can help you build your team. And the third thing you need is a company that's got good internet tools. 3 things. Remember, people are thinking, does this really work? Can I do this? And are you going to help them? Your profile sets you up so that people believe, yes, you can help them. You can be the person that's going to help them build their team. And in the course of helping them build their team, you're helping yourself build yours. So never be intimidated or never be afraid of that question. And the scripts that we have, in fact, let me come back over here. So let's talk about goals. Because if you all are serious about building your business, you have to have goals. So let me add, this was something that we covered in our top earner retreat. I think it was 3 weeks ago. So goals. What are your goals? Think about it. Grab a piece of paper, write down some numbers. First, what's your goal for June? Where are you in your business? What do you hope to accomplish in June? How many customers you want to get? How many business builders do you want to get? What are your goals for June? Next, what's your 90-day goal? In other words, between June, July, and August, How many people do you want to add to your business? What's the volume of products that you want to sell? What's your 1 year goal? Where do you want to be at the end of the year? And as you set these numbers down, okay, you can't throw out a number. Okay, you have to have a clear and concise idea of what it's going to take. In my company, you made executive producer, which was the top position in the company. You needed 5,000 people. 5,000 people spending $50 a month. Now, 5,000 people is a lot of people for you to bring in. However, to get to 5,000 people, if you had 10 people that each had 500 people, you could do it. 5,000 people. If you had 20 people that had 250, you could do it. So you want to break it down to a reasonable, attainable number. And then you have to go for it. What's your 5-year goal? Where do you want to be? And don't be bashful, okay? Put down a goal, because believe me, you can achieve any goal you set for yourself. And I'm not kidding. Because it's all about activity and it's all about belief. So your dreams are only your dreams until you write them down. Then they're goals. You may not know what it's going to take to get there, okay? You'll figure that out along the way. You may adjust your numbers, or you have to work with different reasonable numbers to get where you want to be. And the thing is, there are so many unhappy network marketers out there. One of my students has 500,000 people in his business. In last December, he brought a network marketer into his business that had 200,000 people in his other company. In 3 months, he brought 80,000 people into his business. So never say never. Setting goals is the first step to turning the invisible into the invisible. And when you are building relationships with people online, posting things like this on the personal development nature goes a long way to establish relationships, to build you up. A goal without a plan is only a dream. You start quoting Aristotle, you start quoting Brian Tracy, you start quoting Eleanor Roosevelt. That's where they came up with the term social influencer, because you're putting stuff out there that dazzle the people that you're connected to, and they appreciate what you're doing. A goal without a timeline is just a dream. Goals that are not written down are just wishes. So for those of you that are registered for the June boot camp, for years, in every boot camp, our goal was to help people enroll 5 people before boot camp was over. Now, what do you have to do that? If you are talking to 15 to 20 people every day, 20 people a day is 100 people a week. Statistically, you should be able to close at least 2. Why 2? Why not 1 out of 100? Because you know so much about the other person, and you've got my scripts. So you bring 2 people into your business. The folks in Isagenix, it was you plus 2, them plus 2. You bring in 2 people. You have those 2 people bring in 2 the following week. You plus 2, them plus 2. And then you work the comp plan. So Isagenix had a deal where if you brought 2 people in the same week, you made an extra $100. The thing is that if you're talking to, the more you do this, the better you're going to get. So a lot of my students are enrolling 3 people a week. So to take advantage of the comp plan, you took that 3rd person, you didn't sign them up that week, you rolled them down to the next week. So one week you're doing 2, the next week you're doing 4, next week you're doing 2, following week you're doing 4. And you can consistently do that because everybody that you connect with, you're planting a seed. You're planting a seed. And how do we nurture the seed? Water our garden, fertilizer. Your posts can be fertilizer. And when they're ready, and you know enough about them, then you can talk to them and introduce them to your business. So people who wrote down their goals were 42% more likely to achieve them than the ones who didn't. So even telling a friend increases this rate to 78%. Now so LinkedIn now is up to 1,060,000,000 people. So as I was telling you at the beginning, my digital course, Endless Release for the Modern Networker, is being updated, and it's going to be released the same time we release Max GPT. We have a totally new Cracking the Social Network Code. It's the 2nd edition. Our profile guide, 2nd edition. And our scripts book, this is the 5th edition. And everything here is designed to help all of you improve your contacts, improve your conversations. So our boot camp, let me put this in the chat. Our boot camp starts on the 6th of June. Boot camp's 4 sessions. They all start at 9 o'clock at night on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And we're going to help you create, connect, communicate, and close, build your profile. So we have a new profile guide and we have a new scripts book. Now, repetition creates habits, and habits are what enable mastery. So we also have a 90-day boot camp challenge where you can participate in June, July, and August. Now, the promo code that we put out there will let you participate in the June boot camp for $59. And with the 90-day boot camp challenge, you'll participate in all 3 boot camps for $59. You're also going to get our anthology of scripts books, and you'll participate in our weekly mastermind coaching sessions. So that's the good news. I have sunk a lot of money into this chat GPT. We're also going over to a whole new level training platform. As a result, I have to raise my prices. So for those of you that get into the June boot camp for $59, that will be the last boot camp that my former students will be able to get in for that low price. Now, for those of you that know what's involved, you know it's a steal at $59. It's going to be more. First-time boot camp people are going to pay more. But it's worth it because our goal is going to be to help everybody. If you do what we ask you to do and follow through and stick to the scripts, our goal is to help all of you make 5 sales before boot camp is over. We're not fooling around anymore. And again, it's all laid out for you right there. And I got to tell you, LinkedIn, there are some things, let me pop over here, that LinkedIn has done. My favorite is celebrations. Because what you're going to be able to do is LinkedIn is telling you, they're putting right in front of you. Let's go to the birthdays. That's my favorite. So here, there's somebody that I connected with 7 years ago. Go to the message center. Well, we've communicated. When was the last time? 2016. So 2016, we haven't talked since. 6 years. Oh, this was last 2022. Well, here's somebody that's got an open to work frame. We connected 8 years ago. We've never talked. At least 25% of the people that you're connected to are going to fall into this category. So the more people you're connected to, the easier it's going to be. Let me put in the chat. I'm going to give you a link to boot camp with the special promo code. And I'm going to give you a link for the 90-day boot camp challenge. I have to warn you, with some of these new, people tell me all the time, this whole thing, you get addicted to this because you're having so much fun. Okay. And so I put those two links there. Where was it? Okay, April, do you have time to talk tomorrow?
Yes.
Why don't you put in the chat your phone number, and
I think
I'll give you a call tomorrow. I think it's probably going to be midday, but
I'm in a Toastmasters meeting, don't laugh. 12 to 1 Pacific time.
okay,
I'm in Pacific time. I'll put that down.
okay. So 12, okay, you're Pacific time. Well, what I'll do is I'll text you,
Perfect.
and then we'll set it. My number is ends in 0007. So let me just write this down. And folks, for those of you that are, wait a minute, let me take a look at something here. Let me just take a look. Dan, I'm going to give you a call tomorrow. I'm thinking that I was thinking of using you as a case study in the in boot camp, but I really want to get you started. So we may work on LinkedIn in our session, and then we'll use Facebook for the case study. And this way we'll get a little bit more done. Folks, I have to tell you, I've been in August, it's going to be 29 years that I've been doing this. And I have never been more excited for all of you, especially, you know, talking to Namdu, 60,000 people in his organo gold business. And he's going crazy. I mean, he's never been more excited. He couldn't believe all the changes. For those of you that have been in my boot camps prior to 2017, it's a whole new world. In 2016, LinkedIn was purchased by Microsoft, and they are on a mission. They are on a mission to go to 3 billion people. They're turning it into Facebook for professionals. Some of the things they're doing I don't like. Some of the things that they're doing you're not going to like. Well, we just have to put up with some of that stuff. But there has never been a faster and easier way to build your business with high quality people. And at the end of the day, it all comes down to conversation. So you all have a wonderful night, and best of luck in building your business. God bless. I'm looking forward to working with all of you in boot camp.
Thank you, Max.
You're welcome. Thank you.